Hello, my name is Monica. Today we will start reproduction chapter of class 10. So, what is reproduction? Reproduction is a living organism produce new individuals of their own kind and maintain their existence of generation after generation. It means reproduction is done by living organism to produce new offspring of their same kind. It can be same or it can be different. Variations may be occur. So this is the reproduction. After that, we will see how what are the types of reproduction. In, so before we discuss anything, we need to know about the importance of reproduction. So why reproduction is necessary for a living, for a for any organism. So the importance of reproduction is first point, continuation of life on the earth to continue their offspring, yeah, to continue their generation after generation. For that, reproduction is important. And second point, to maintain the size of population, transfer the variation from one generation to another. Variations means जो भी differences होंगे वो that is variations. After that, now next is there are different types of reproduction. So there are two types of reproduction. First is asexual reproduction and second is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, asexual reproduction is a form of reproduction where a single parent produces offspring. In asexual reproduction, only one parent is involved in the reproduction. The process common is single cell organism. Those who are single, made up of single cell, that can be used asexual mode of reproduction. Some plants and certain animals is used asexual mode of reproduction. यहाँ पर here variations are absent. There are same identical to the parents. There is no changes in their offspring and their parents. They are same. Young ones are genetically identical to the parents. So there are parents and offspring are similar. There is no changes in that. Or in sexual reproduction is a biological process where two parents combine their genetic material from specialized cell called gametes, create a new unique offspring. In sexual reproduction, there are two parents involved to produce a single offspring. This process involves fusion of sperm and eggs. Here, first sperm is come from male and from the female egg is come. Their egg and sperm will combine and form a zygote, which is the new offspring. Here, in sexual reproduction, variations are present. Young ones are not genetically identical to the parents. In sexual reproduction, it is not necessary that the offspring is identical to the parent. But in sexual reproduction, there is not necessary. There should not be compulsory for their offspring is similar to their parents. Okay. So next is we have types of asexual reproduction. We have different types of asexual reproduction. First is budding fusion, second is budding, third is fragmentation, fourth is regeneration, next is vegetative propagation, and next is spore formation. Let us discuss one by one all the things in fusion. In fusion, for example, fusion is done by amoeba. In fusion, there is a parent and nucleus. The nucleus is divided into two parts and form two daughter cells. Here, there are two daughter cells formed by the parents. Because fusion, especially binary fusion, is a form of asexual reproduction where a single parent cell divides into two identical daughter cells. It is a common method in prokaryotes like bacteria and archaea. These amoeba, it shows binary fission, and some bacteria or archaea are more they use most commonly. In this binary fission, a parent's body nucleus is divided into a two equal halves and form a two daughter cells. This process is known as fission reproduction. Next is budding. Budding is a form of asexual reproduction where a new organism develops from a bud or outgrowth on the parent organism, resulting in a genetically identical offspring. In in budding, like this is done by Hydra. This is done by Hydra budding. Here is a new bud will form in a parent's body, and when it will mature, then it will detach from the parent body and grow in individuals. Grow it by individually. The bud-like structure is formed in the on the parent body. The outgrowth is known as the bud, and when the bud will mature, then it will detach from the parent body and form a new individual. In this parent body and the new individual is same, identical. Genetically, they are identical. Next is fragmentation. In fragmentation is a form of asexual reproduction. Occurs when organisms break into fragments, and each fragment develop into a new genetically identical individual. Here, this is done by planaria. Planaria body is divided into a three equal parts, and this divided into a head, tail, and middle part. The three parts is capable of forming a three new individual separately. This head part is from parent and the body is from their new generation. It is new. Here middle part is from parent, the upper part and the lower part is new. Here is the tail part is from parent, but the upper part is new. So the three of them, then if planaria is divided, cut into a three pieces, then all the three pieces can capable of being producing of new individuals. Fragmentation is done in planaria. Next, regeneration. Regeneration is also a type of asexual reproduction. In this, regeneration is the ability to regrow lost body parts. In this regeneration, the body part which is get lost, it will convert into a new body part. Like in a starfish, if we cut starfish into a half part, then the half parts will get changed into a fully starfish structure. So this is done by regeneration process. It is regeneration is done commonly used in hydra and planaria is also seen, but in starfish the lost part can be regenerated. If I talk about the in humans, then our liver is also have a regenerative capacity. Next, we have a vegetative propagation. There are two types. Plants have a two types of reproductive part, reproductive and vegetative. So, reproductive is done like seed, flower. All these two are reproductive parts of a plant. But if I talk about vegetative parts, then it is stem, roots, leaves. All these are the vegetative propagation. So when the new individual is developed from these vegetative parts, then it is known as a vegetative propagation. Like in root propagation, for example, sweet potato. In a sweet potato, we grow the new sweet potato is grown by root. In ginger, rhizobium, there are the bird-like structure which get converted into a new individual. In tuber, for example, in potato, there are tubers is formed which can capable of producing new individual. Like this leaf, if we talk about vegetative propagation by leaf, then for example, bryophyllum, there is a structure in the leaf which gets capable of converting a new plant. In onion, there is a structure of bulb. In there are a runner and the sucker in mint. So all these are the vegetative propagation which is done in the plant. Next, we have the spore formation. Last, we have a spore formation where spore formation is common form of asexual reproduction where organisms like fungi and some plants produces specialized single cell reproductive units called spores which can develop into new individual under favorable conditions. In this, there is a structure called sporangium and the root-like structure is called hypha. When the sporangium can contact with a favorable condition, when it gets favorable condition, that it get burst and there are spores present in the sporangium which when the sporangium get burst the spores get dispersed in the nearby locality. In the nearby locality it is dispersed and the new sporangium or new plants get grow. It spore formation is done by in fungi, and some plants can also use spore formation method to develop a new plant. Okay, thank you so much. Hope you understand.